Then Joram turned around and fled, and they said to Ahijah, treachery, Ahijah of the how Jehu drew his bow with full strength and shot Joram between his arms, and the arrow came out of his heart, and he sank down in his chariot. Then Jehu said to Bidkar, his captain, pick him up and throw him into the tract of the field of Naboth the Jezreelite. For remember when you and I were riding together behind Ahab his father, that the Lord laid his burden upon him. Surely I saw yesterday the blood of Naboth and the blood of his sons, says the Lord. I will repay you in this plot, says the Lord. Now, therefore, take and throw him on the plot of ground, according to the word of the Lord. But then when Ahijah, king of Judah, saw this, he fled by the road of Beth Hagan. So Jehu pursued him and said, shoot him also in the chariot. And they shot him at the ascent of Gur, which is by Ibleam. Then he fled to Megiddo and died there, and his servants carried him in the chariot to Jerusalem, and buried him in his tomb and his fathers in the city of David. In the 11th year of Joram, the son of Ahab, Ahaziah, who had come king over Judah. Now when Jehu had come to Jezreel, Jezebel heard of it, and she put paint on her eyes and adorned her head, and looked through a window. Then as Jehu entered at the gate, she said, is it peace, Zimri, murder of your master? And he looked up at the window and said, who is on my side? Who? So 2 or 3 eunuchs looked out at him. Then he said, throw her down. So they threw her down, and some of her blood spattered on the wall and on the horses, and he trampled her underfoot. And when he came down, had gone down in, he ate and drank. Then he said, go now, see this accursed woman, and bury her, for she was a king's daughter. So they went to bury her, but they found no more of her than the skull and the feet and the palms of her hands. Therefore they came back and told him, and he said, this is the word of the Lord, which is he spoke to his servant Elijah the Tishbite, saying, on the plot of ground of Jezreel's dog shall eat the flesh of Jezebel, and the corpse of Jezebel shall be as refuse as on the surface of the field, in the plot at Jezreel, so that they shall not say, here lies Jezebel.